Psychology reveals something most people misunderstand. When someone cuts off old friends, it's rarely impulsive. It's not cold, it's not heartless. And it's almost never sudden. Most of the time, it happens after a long period of quiet emotional calculation. People don't wake up one day and erase years of connection. They slowly realize the relationship no longer fits who they've become. Here's what psychology actually shows. First, their identity changed faster than their social circle. As people grow, their values shift. Their boundaries strengthen. Their self-image evolves. Psychology shows that when identity changes, the mind naturally seeks alignment. But many old friendships are built around earlier versions of the self, versions shaped by survival, confusion, or limitation. Staying connected can start to feel like being pulled back into a role that no longer exists. Cutting off contact isn't rejecting the past. It's protecting identity stability. Second, emotional effort slowly became one-sided. Psychologists note that relationships rarely end because of one big conflict. They end because of emotional imbalance. One person keeps listening, keeps supporting, keeps adjusting, while the other remains unchanged. Over time, the brain stops seeing the relationship as connection and starts registering it as effort. That's when distance begins to feel like relief. Third, they stopped explaining themselves. One of the clearest psychological signs before a cutoff is silence. They stop defending their choices, stop correcting misunderstandings, stop asking to be understood. Psychology explains this as emotional withdrawal, not apathy. When someone feels repeatedly misunderstood, the mind conserves energy by disengaging. By the time contact ends, communication has already failed internally. Fourth, they outgrew the role they were given. Old friendships often lock people into fixed identities. The funny one, the weak one, the reckless one, the quiet one. Psychology shows that when someone grows beyond that role, resistance from others can feel suffocating. The cutoff isn't about disliking friends. It's about refusing to stay confined to an outdated version of the self. Fifth, they accepted that closure doesn't always come from conversation. One of the hardest psychological lessons is realizing that not every ending needs an explanation. Some people won't understand, no matter how clearly it's explained. Emotionally mature people accept silent closure when dialogue no longer leads to insight. At that point, distance becomes the boundary. Cutting off old friends doesn't mean someone is cold, arrogant, or ungrateful. Psychology shows it often means they chose coherence over chaos. Not all connections are meant to last forever. Some are meant to shape you and then release you. The healthiest minds understand this truth. Holding on isn't always loyalty. Sometimes letting go is self-respect. Have you ever ended a friendship because you outgrew the version of yourself it required?